What's up YouTube? Now today I've got a transport cap, British No.1 transport cap. This would have been fitted in the adapters for the number 44 and 44B fuses. Now the 44B and the 44 fuses were fitted on anything from the 4.5 inch field guns to the 12 inch field guns in World War I. So they were not really used very much, so it makes this not rare but quite uncommon. So that's a really nice interesting fact for the piece. Now what's interesting about this one is that it has the BSA mark and another maker's mark, W.Sugg&Co, which is just engraved at the top, which you can't really see that well. Now that's quite unusual because most people would just put one maker mark on it, but this shows that this base plug has been transported from one place to another place, so it's been made in two different places. For example, one company has obviously done the top and put the square in the circle, and the other company would have put the threads on. Now it's impossible to tell which company has done that, but I actually contacted the great-grandson, or the grandson, apologies if I've got that wrong, of William Sugg, which was the owner of W.Sugg&Co, hence the W, William. So I got in touch with Christopher Sugg, and he sort of told me the history of the factory and showed me some pictures on his website, and explained that other fuses that people have dug up have actually had the Sugg markers on it as well, so it's not the very first one, but it is evidence that W.Sugg was producing fuses and fuse components during the Great War. Now W.Sugg is actually a gas light fitting company and gas appliance company, so it's another great bit of evidence that shows that factories were transferred from making normal appliances to the war effort during the war. So that's great evidence of that. And of course BSA were a weapons manufacturing, and this is a No.1, so that's quite a nice effect, and it's got the P engraved, which most fuses have, and you can see the punch marks around the edge where it's been screwed into the shell adapter and then punched in so it won't come out whilst it's transporting. Now the best bit about this transport plug is that the threads are actually tapered. You can't see that very well, but they do taper in at the end. It is a narrower gauge at the end than it is at the top, which makes it quite unusual because most adapters would have just had one gauge of threads as you screwed it in, but obviously this one's not, so that makes it quite special. Well, that's pretty much it about the plug. Well, I've put the link in the description of Chris Sugg's website that shows you some interesting pictures of his factory, of his granddad's factory in the Great War. So if you go onto the history page of that website and scroll down quite far, you will find it, and you'll find the pictures, and you will also see a fuse that has been dug up, and the fuse from World War II that hasn't actually been fired, which was made in the W.Sugg factory, which is really interesting. And I would want to thank him for the information that he sent to me and for getting back to me. So that's pretty much it for this week. Thanks for watching.